Alright, so today is Monday, March the 10th, 2025, and it is a rainy day so far this morning. I don't know if it's going to continue this all day long, but I'm doing good right now. I've got over 6,000 steps in this morning already, and yeah, time is just rolling along in a good way today. All right, so that was yesterday. And yeah, I did make the sloppy joe. That is what we have for supper. I didn't get to finish the video quite like I wanted to because, you know, it just wasn't happening yesterday. There's nothing real special about it anyway. Basically, you know, I made up some sloppy joe with that Hunt sugar-free or reduced sugar or no sugar added ketchup that people use, you know, on keto. I got some peppers and onions. With a little bit of paprika in there. Nah, it just wasn't all that much to it. Not that much to me. It's something I can do another day. But today is Tuesday. It is March the 11th, 2025. And yeah, yesterday I got in 14,000 steps. I've hooked the app up on my phone, and when I do that, it gives me a chart for the week, so I can go over that chart for everyone if they need to see the numbers. But yeah, I can go over my steps. Gives me a graph. It gives me everything I need. I can go over that at the end of the week. So I thought that was pretty cool. I can it actually keeps up with all that activity, and it also has those same graphs and charts within the watch, and you don't need to have the phone with you. As soon as you get to your phone, it'll update everything for you. So that's really cool. I like that. The stupid time change got me a little behind this morning on the steps and things like that. I'm currently at 4,000 at least. When I left the house yesterday, I was dang near 6,000 steps going out of the house. So, yeah. But I did get up earlier. This morning I woke up and I saw daylight coming through the window. As soon as I woke up, I said, oh, that ain't good on this time. That ain't good on this time. If you see daylight on this time, you know you fixing to run late. And even though I wasn't running extremely later than usual, so I struggled to get in at least that 4,000 steps just before I left the house. I'm going to have to set some kind of alarm so I can get used to this new stupid time. You know, I operate on a huge mentality of common sense. Explain to me how changing the hands on the clock makes daytime longer. Daytime starts when the sun comes up. I mean, you know, if you want more daytime, just leave the time alone and get up earlier. Or stay up later if you want more daytime. Longer daytime's gonna happen whether you change the hands on the clock or not. Oh, it's kind of fun when you're young, you know. You're thinking, oh, look at all this extra daytime I got outside. Get older and start having to work in the world. And then you're like, oh, man, give me that hour of sleep back. It makes all the difference in the world. Yes, it really does. All right, that's enough rambling about that. All right, so I am out of the grocery store now. And I just looked at the watch, and I have accomplished 5,746 steps for the day. So when I go in there and I push that cart around, I push it with one hand and let the watch hand free to make sure it counts those steps. Now, despite whether you think one of these watches are accurate or not, I usually go overboard on the steps. Like yesterday, I got 14,000 in, you know. They say these watches and step counters ain't 100% accurate and stuff like that, you know. They say they're off by a few hundred or whatever. So if you put in extra, you know, if you're at, excuse me, still dealing with a little bit of sinus cold. On top of getting over the flu, the trees and the flowers are blooming everywhere right now. We just went through a bunch of rain yesterday. I didn't even get to get out and enjoy any kind of weather yesterday because of the rain. It's 59 degrees right now, so I don't know if I get any walking done outside or not. It's part of why I didn't, do too much more video yesterday, because I wanted to add a walking portion in, and I had to get all those steps in the house. But I did. I got them in. When you're cooking dinner and stuff, you expend a lot of steps that you don't realize that you spend. Not to mention the ones that I force off by walking back and forth if I got to. If you don't think that's a workout, try it. Yeah. Try to do 3,000 steps consistently against some kind of smartwatch and see if you don't feel the burn. You will. You'll feel it. Back in my day, we didn't have any kind of pedometers or anything like that. But we did have walking for exercise back then. Some people only did 30 minutes a day. People who were serious done a consistent hour of walking no matter what, or longer. I can remember learning from my older siblings, my older cousins, and especially my two older sisters. Get out there and walk, at least an hour in the morning and an hour in the evening. And my goodness, according to my watch, I can put in about 3,000 steps in about 45 minutes to an hour. So usually, I try to grind that hour out, and I wind up with probably around 4,000 steps, within an hour of consistent walking, or more, depending on your pace, and how much area of freedom you have to walk in the first place. But yeah, as far as the walking goes, I'm crushing it this week. Last week, I struggled with it a lot and still wound up with 2 pounds, So someone contributed to that, to just being sick in general, which, I suppose that is the case. Some of that may have contributed to a little bit of weight loss, but I don't think it contributed 2 whole pounds worth, because I still ate decently despite the fact that I was sick, and walked decently despite the fact that I was sick as well. Didn't get to put in much walking video last week, and this week is off to a rocky start as well. Because of yesterday's weather, for one thing. Weather is beautiful today. I'm wasting precious video time and talking time just talking to you right now, but hey, I did get some steps in while I was in the grocery store, and I couldn't film then, so film a little bit now about what's on my mind. Yeah, walking, we had that even back in the day. To me, it's all about calories and walking, just like it was back in the day. Like I've said, the only reason you see keto in my descriptions is because my wife wants to do keto. She excels on low-carb diets. Me, I have to still focus on the calories. If I was to focus only on low carbs, I wouldn't lose a pound. I would not. I don't know what it is. It's just different for me. So, if I'm going to do keto, I've got to do the walking too. I've got to do the walking too and get off some of them calories that I'm going to be taking in, because I don't pay quite as close attention to them on keto as I do when I'm just eating regular food, because it seems like with keto I have to eat a little more to be satisfied. I'm a bigger guy, like I said. I'm 6'3". It might take a little more calories for me than it does, someone at a smaller height, So I might eat a little more and wind up eating a little too much. Walking helps combat that by getting some of the calories back out. Because like I said, you do the walk. Even after the walk is done, you're still feeling, that extra burn, where your body's settling down. Burning more calories, from the walk, even at rest, for a longer period of time as well. So, if all them calories ain't quite so accurate on the watch from the walk, you got to keep in mind that you're still burning calories during the rest as your body recovers from the exercise stress that it just took on. All right, so I got to end this video somewhere, so I figure, I'm sitting right at 5,930 steps now since I've come in the house. Might as well do a little walking within the house. Right now, my daughter's inside, I can't leave her by herself. I don't have anyone to leave her with or to watch over her, while I walk outside at the moment. So, I'm not going to let that stop me from getting my steps in. I'm just going to walk around the kitchen and talk with you guys. That's why I got this wireless mic. I've got this beautiful island kitchen here that I can do the walking and talking. I got all of this here scenery that you can enjoy for St. Patrick's Day, which happens on the 17th, that we'll be doing stuff and such for. Yeah, I said I was going to celebrate St. Patrick's Day this year. I got a little Irish heritage going on. Usually we don't decorate for it. People tend to bury the St. Patrick's Day in between Valentine's Day and Easter, right? And I'm not crazy about that idea, because when I was coming up, we used to celebrate it. Even at school, they'd have St. Patrick's Day parties and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, usually I do a lot faster pace, to try to, get the steps. Not too fast, but a brisk walk. Kind of like you're seeing now. But, when I'm walking and running my mouth, I'm just getting in as many steps as I can, to finish off this video. So I ain't too worried about going too crazy with the steps. Just trying to make sure I get all of them in before the end of the day. And, yeah, I mean, I'm feeling the burn, especially in the upper part of my legs and waist, where I've been doing this very thing. Now, usually, I just pace back and forth, between the bedrooms and the hallways, where I get a longer stride, but hey, this island kitchen, while I'm walking and talking, serves its purpose for, continuing to get these steps in, so I can have a better day of it. Funny thing about getting these steps in now, the weight is coming down like crazy. Being able to burn these extra calories like I've been doing lately, because I focus on calorie deficit in the first place, along with lower carbohydrates. I suppose all of that contributes to each other in a bigger way than And there's a lot of, keto channels out there saying, yeah, they got to focus on the calories now. Wonder why that is. People like me, I guess. Used to it, I was like, oh, I remember in 22 when I got involved with one keto person, and they were telling me, like, don't focus on the calories so much as the carbohydrates. Yeah. I see some struggling keto channels out there, who are basically mainly in it, now. Yeah, of course they've had weight losses and successes, but now they're solely, concentrating on support group style videos, support group style, in order to maintain, something to talk about. Say, well, we're just living the lifestyle. We're happy where we are, we're just living the lifestyle because we feel better eating this way. And if that's your thing, then good. But yeah, you still need to focus on some weight loss, and calories do matter, unfortunately, no matter what diet you're doing. Another thing I've been seeing a lot of out there is, I watched a live stream yesterday of a channel that does keto and carnivore type of content, mostly cooking and stuff like that, and live streaming type content. Was talking about we need to include it all together into one community. Yeah, community is important, I suppose. If you're not so focused on the weight loss part of the diet. Wow, I just achieved another one of my trophies there. Look at there. That's the mileage trophy, I think. Oh, it says reach the goal. I ain't quite reached it yet. Yeah, yeah, I reached the goal. 5 miles. I walked 5 miles today so far. Like I say, I got 3,000 of these steps in, doing basically what I'm doing now. Just got up and started walking, Walk a lot faster when I ain't running my mouth, though. I'll tell you that. But it all counts. Yeah, I'm currently at 6,419 steps just talking to you guys right now. So, all of this adds up. And don't forget, I'm going toward 10,000 for the day. You got to get these steps in while you can, There's a lot of other things I'd be doing right now if I wasn't getting these steps in. I'd probably be all over the computer surfing and watching keto videos, keto recipes, and things like that. And y'all know I love the food, and I love to cook, and I like the easy methods too. You ain't gonna hear no complaint out of me about going to the grocery store and buying some burritos that say keto certified or keto friendly on them to me. I do stuff like that all the time, especially when those burritos are telling me that it's only 25 calories per shell, meaning two shells is 50, 4 shells is only 100 calories, made up with all the taco stuff on it that I want, or whatever. Yeah, none of that matters to me. What matters to me is the fact that, hey, it's low calorie. It's low calorie, and it's zero carbohydrate. Because I follow the net carbs. They'll say, oh, don't follow the net carbs. You got to count total carbs. Count what you want. I rely on walking to get out some of my carbohydrate intake and my calories as far as that goes. So you do you. There's other ways to, make the plan work. You get into ketosis after 12 hours of not eating is what is listed on the when you ask about it. You want to get into ketosis. You got to fast for 12 hours, and on that 12th hour, you get into ketosis. Well, walking accelerates that and helps you get into ketosis faster. And you can feel it when it hits. If you've done any type of fasting or zero carbohydrate type diets in the past, you know what fasting feels like when you reach that. And I reached that 2 hours ago, just walking, because yeah, I can tell it's there. I ain't gonna be measuring with no sticks or anything like that. Back in my day, we used the scale. We used the scale and we used time. You know, we'd walk for an hour in the morning, walk for an hour in the evening. That was exercise, and you felt like you were accomplished when you got these things done. You felt accomplished when you got these things done. It was hard. Calorie deficit was hard, you know, harder back then because you didn't have all the information right on the back of packaging like you do now. But hey, now you got all those tools at your disposal, and people still don't use them. People still don't use them. They say, oh, those aren't accurate. Those aren't accurate. Well, in my experience, they have been pretty daggone accurate because I use them to lose weight all the time. All right, folks, that's all I got for this video. So until the next time, you folks have a good one.